Before I became your housecarl, I never realized being a bodyguard could also be so fascinating. Ma used to shout a lot. If she knew the dragon language, Skyrim might be long gone by now. I've got your back. Still here.
said here, rolling in Ragnar, red came riding to the right run from Ulrichstead.
Feel the same. I do not think Karjit will make
Something smells foul. Not only that, but these
Sart
lords
is
have
more than
wonderful
willing to
us.
pay you a fair sum.
Upon us and see only thieves and smugglers.
Until our next
It is
meeting,
a pity,
if such is
but
fate.
it cannot be helped. Perhaps if we continue to show that we can be trusted,
Take a look.
they will open their cities to our caravans.
I wish that I had your optimism.
Good to see you. Greetings, brother.
You've got to admire their courage. Doing something like that with dragons on the loose and a war going on. Whiterun may not be the most impressive city in Skyrim, but it'll always be the strongest and greatest.
You'll always be welcome. These look like good quality, too. I know it's not the glamorous heroic work, but don't be surprised if I ask you to do it again. The Jarl of Whiterun has asked for our help. It seems that predators have taken up residence and have been attacking farmers and travelers. Someone's got to head out there and take care of the beasts. Good. I knew that we could count on you. It's simply a beast, but be cautious. The beasts of Skyrim are made of sterner stuff than most. Strike hard and fast. Watch what you're doing.
all the good jobs for me, yet they didn't even know who I was. Gods, I can smell the meat from here. Right behind you.
Talos the mighty, Talos the unerring, Talos the unassailable. To you we give praise. We are but minds, writhing in the filth of our own corruption. The stars are below. And Asman said, "Let me show you the power of Talos Stormcloak, born of the north, where my bread, winter, my breeze, for you, red leaf, Hurt me a rumor, boy. Something about you putting bugs in the stew over at the Sleeping Giant. This?
Yeah, sure I did. It was one of my best pranks yet, Father.
See, now that's what I'm talking about. Working hard, making your mark on this world. Good job, son.
Huh, that ain't nothing. Wait till you see what I got planned for next week.
You've been seen in the company of the companions. That's an honorable path you're on, friend.
You in need of a companion, friend? Well, then you're in luck. I reckon I've killed more men than there are minutes in a day.
I'll talk to Alvar about getting us a new one.
I'd say you're right. I can count the mud crabs I've killed without using my toes. I'm not big on hurting such gentle creatures.
You're that visitor, Ben. Attic room, eh? Well, we don't have an attic room, but you can have the one on the left. Make yourself at home. So you're the dragon. I think you're looking for this. We need to talk. Follow me. You're not afraid of me, are you? Now we can talk. The Greybeards seem to think you're the Dragonborn. I hope they're right. I hope so, but you'll forgive me if I just handed you the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. Does that make me Dragonborn too? It was the only way I could make sure it wasn't a Thalmor trap. I am not your enemy. I already gave you the horn. I'm actually trying to help you. I just need you to hear me out. Like I said in my note, I've heard that you might be Dragonborn. I'm part of a group that's been looking for you. Well, someone like you, for a very long time. If you really are Dragonborn, that is. Before I tell you any more, I need to make sure I can trust you. We remember what most don't, that the Dragonborn is the ultimate dragon slayer. You're the only one that can kill a dragon permanently by devouring its soul. Can you do it? Can you devour a dragon's soul? Good. And you'll have a chance to prove it to me soon enough. Dragons aren't just coming back. They're coming back to life. They weren't gone somewhere for all these years. They were dead, killed off centuries ago by my predecessors. Now something's happening to bring them back to life, and I need you to help me stop it. I know they are. I visited their ancient burial mounds and found them empty, and I figured out where the next one will come back to life. We're going to go there, and you're going to kill that dragon. If we succeed, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Kynes Grove. There's an ancient dragon burial near there. If we can get there before it happens, maybe we'll learn how to stop it. I need to get into my traveling gear. Give me a minute and I'll be ready.
Why would a dragon attack Kynes Grove? He had a grudge with Kyne or something?
That's better. Let's get on the road to Kynes Grove. Sovngarde, I'm traveling. You've got the inn till I get back.
Right. Happy trail.
Alvar is a good friend of mine. He'd give me a discount on arrows when I pass through. Enchanting has its place in the world, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Be honest, messing with souls makes me feel a bit... I've got your back. Huh? Oh!
Kynes Grove is this way. We can travel together or split up and meet there. Your choice.
I've been looking. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Amidst majestic mountains, meandering rivers, lush forests, and the tranquil little town, what more could one ask for in paradise?
Yes? Need something? Yes?
may both end up dead, but at least it gets me out of Riverwood. I don't really think I'm cut out for the quiet life.
hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish. Nice try, but you don't scare me. I'm not going to ask again. Don't you walk away from me.
This quick. It's the last one. Dangerous. Good. All of Skyrim should get ready to stand aside. Enjoy a good adventure too.
I doubt the Thalmor are aware of you yet, so we should be safe from them at least.
Did you need something? Yeah, got this note. The priesthood of Mara was asking me to hand out notes to travelers. Here. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
keep a sharp lookout. We can't afford any delays. I'm glad you were willing to trust me. I know it probably wasn't the best way to introduce myself. But old thoughts.
What brings you all the way out here? You are new, yes?
Watch you don't burn yourself on that. It's hot. What's on your mind?
I'm at your service.
Let's get going then.
Well, I don't know what it's doing up there, but I'm not waiting around to find out.
Why aren't you out there fighting the Empire this scheme? Are you a coward?
Salokunir, Zil Gro Dova Ulsa. Sled.
Something's happening. Gods above! So... Damn. I must be losing my touch. I'm coming. I don't want Are you a priest? You really are a dragonborn.
Bet you don't burn yourself on that. Hot. What was that?
I owe you some answers, don't? Go ahead. Whatever you want. I'm one of the last members of the Blades. A very long time ago, the Blades were dragon slayers, and we served the Dragonborn, the greatest dragon slayer. For the last 200 years since the last Dragonborn Emperor, the Blades have been searching for a purpose. Now that dragons are coming back, our purpose is clear again. We need to stop them. Not a damn thing. I was just as surprised as you to find that big black dragon here. Really? Where? Interesting. Same dragon. Damn it, we're blundering around in the dark here. We need to figure out who's behind it all. Exactly. Nobody even remembers our name these days. We used to be known across Tamriel as the protectors of the Septim Emperors. Those days are long gone, though. For the last 200 years, we've been searching for the next Dragonborn to guide and guard, as we are sworn to do. But we never found one, until now. The first thing we need to do is figure out who's behind the dragons. The Thalmor are our best lead. If they aren't involved, they'll know who is. Nothing solid, yet. But my gut tells me it can't be anybody else. The Empire had captured Ulfric. The war was basically over. Then a dragon attacks, Ulfric escapes, and the war is back on. And now the dragons are attacking everywhere. Indiscriminately. Skyrim is weakened. The Empire is weakened. Who else gains from that but the Thalmor? If we could get into the Thalmor embassy, it's the center of their operations in Skyrim. Problem is, that place is locked up tighter than a miser's purse. They could teach me a few things about paranoia. I'm not sure yet. I have a few ideas, but I'll need some time to pull things together. Meet me back in Riverwood. If I'm not back when you get there, wait for me. I shouldn't be long. Keep an eye on the sky. This is only going to get worse.
I heard the Thalmor do all sorts of vile things, like poisoning the river and turning the fishes into slaughter fishes. I'm right behind you. I'll guard you with my life.
But said they didn't need any more lumber at the moment.
Oh, what happened?
You see? That's why I didn't tell you.
An outsider? No reason to stop in Kynesgrove. Keep moving. I can certainly share a bit of what I know. Nosy one, huh? I was a mage back in by Azura. It gets hot in there. I use frost salts for a potion to keep the heat bearable, but I'm out. If you want to go to the trouble, feel free. I suppose I could offer you a bit of free alteration training when you get back.
All right.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
With 3 bears down, the orc did frown, and bid the elf goodbye. For none could know 'twas not for show, and someone had to die. What do you want? Come to gawk at the Knight of Thorns? Well, here I am, for your viewing pleasure. Then shut that quammer you call a mouth, and gawk like a proper onlooker. Furrow your... For I was once a heralded knight, a member of the Countess of Shadenhall's inner circle, one she kept by her side like a maiden clutching a rose. Such was my duplicity that I used that trust against her, and attempted to take her life, to prick her gentle hand with my treacherous thorns. Yes, and she survived. Such is the depth of my failure. In fact, so pathetic am I that the Countess chose to exile me rather than take my head. One final insult for the Knight of Thorns, to be pitied rather than scorned. Yes, that was an order founded by a previous count, Farwell Indaris, one of the heroes of the Oblivion Crisis. At one point, however, one of his descendants, who disliked the thorny sigil, decided to alter it to suit her tastes. She was fond of roses. So the Knights of the Thorn became the Order of the Roses, fighters chosen as much for their incorruptible honor as their skill in battle. We swore an oath to more than the Count. We swore to uphold the very essence of virtue. We were the unsullied, the unspoiled. Every single member arose without a thorn. That is who you speak with. An elf who betrayed not just the Countess, not just her ancestors, but the very ideal of what a knight aspires to be. We did more than obey the laws of gods and men. To fight lust, we swore an oath of celibacy. To fight indolence, we promised to be punctual. To fight passion, we refused to drink. And to fight greed, we often shared our spoils with the townsfolk. We were more than just honorable, more than mere knights. We were immaculate. Emphasis on the word were. The Knight of Thorns does not smell like a rose. He is a poisonous vine, and his touch is venom. Yes, you and the Countess, and all who knew me as the White Rose. They called me polite, gentle, well-mannered. as you can see, after spending the morning pretending to be chaste. Then I donned my helm, and in full armor, I stumbled over to the Countess's chambers, sending the guards on an assignment to oblivion. I pounded the door of her bedchamber, awaking the Countess. "Urgent business," I said. "Is the Count with you?" She told me the Count was in Bruma, discussing some sort of territorial dispute over the Countess's buttocks. Then I told her that I had good news and bad news. The good news was she wouldn't be in pain for long. Then I gave her the bad news. When I was finished, I did what most traitors do. I defiled the corpse and then laughed maniacally before returning to my bedchamber for a nap. Oh, and who is to say what is true and untrue? The Count Steward, that's who. Unless you are him, then it does not matter what you think. Some called me the White Rose, a paladin in pure white armor, said to be painted by a soul that was the very same. I deceived all of Cyrodiil with my feats of valor. The liberation of Fort Farragut, the vanquishing of the warlocks of Quickwater Cave. All a ruse, an unctuous gambit to earn the trust of the fair Countess. Then, without cause, motive, or provocation, I stabbed her in the chest. Thank the divines, the steward was there to witness the entire deed, and to provide the Countess with the health potion that saved her life. Of course, he never saw my face, but there was no mistaking my armor, and no mistaking the petals of blood that stained its chest plate. So it was obviously I who, jealous over her love of the Count, clumsily stabbed the woman I was sworn to protect. No, of course not. The steward was a fine Argonian gentleman who despised Dunmer with every fibre of his being. Such a paragon of honor acted only in the best interests of the court. Oh, and that underground hist sap operation he was rumored to have funded. Lies! Lies perpetuated by the Knight of Thorns! After all, I tried to assassinate the Countess. How in Azora can my word be trusted? You sound like someone I once knew. He walked the path of righteousness, and lived only to serve with honor. For the integrity of the court, the Count, and the Countess, he played the role that has been cast. For their sake, he let the lie become truth. He believed that to live in dishonor is the only honorable path he had left. And when he died, perhaps the gods would exonerate him and let him walk once more amongst the roses. You sound like someone I once knew. He walked the path of righteousness and lived only to serve with honor. For the integrity of the court, the Count, and the Countess, he played the role that has been cast. For their sake, he let the lie become truth. He believed that to live in dishonor is the only honorable path he had left. And when he died, perhaps the gods would exonerate him and let him walk once more amongst the roses. You sound like someone I once knew. He walked the path of righteousness and lived only to serve with honor. For the integrity of the court, the count, and the countess, he played the role that has been cast. For their sake, he let the lie become truth. Begone.
Greetings, a fine day to you. Oh, not just good spirits, the best. You could punch me in the throat and I would still be smiling. I would also be a corpse, given how fragile I am. But I would die happy, knowing I helped relieve you of your stress. Actually, I'm not in a good mood, but a normal one. I'm not the type to detour from bliss. My mind is only capable of one type of thinking, the positive kind. Which is why it came as a shock to hear one of my friends accuse me of being, quote, less than courteous to him during a chance meeting in Skyrim. It turns out that he had the displeasure of meeting my doppelganger, though I myself have never been this far north. According to him, this Altmare wore my face as if it were a tunic, and summoned my voice as if it were a spell. Only he failed to use them in the manner for which they were crafted. He was rude, salty, and threatened my friend with bodily harm. In other words, he was strong. He was brave. For a sworn coward such as myself, I was rather intrigued at the prospect of meeting such a fellow. True, but my relation to this mare is more than just appearance and a slightly melodic voice. According to my friend, he is a Thalmor. For you see, I was once a part of that organization myself, before circumstances forced me to resign. Not in any combat capacity, mind you, but purely as a strategic advisor. I may have overstated things earlier, but I didn't lie when I said courage is not my forte. I'd start by asking him about his personal history, see where our paths diverged. If our resemblance is truly as uncanny as my friend proposed, then I'm sure he will be as eager to hear about my life as well. Life is strange, my good friend. Life is strange. It takes us places we never thought we'd go, and away from the places we always thought we'd be. Yes, he was staying here at the Braidwood Inn. That's why I get nervous when the doors of the inn swing open. None more so than the first time. I thought, how would I introduce myself? Would I even recognize him? How many of us would recognize our own face if we saw it outside the mirror? It was silly in retrospect. With the war, trying to find a Thalmor in Eastmarch is like picking your nose to wipe your bottom. So I decided instead to enjoy the ambiance. I found a table and looked up at the vaulted ceilings. All that space, and the inn still feels cozy. I was curious as to how they light the chandeliers, given how high they are, so I called the innkeeper's wife over to ask her. Yet, before I could say anything, the first words out of Idra's mouth were, "Oh, you're back. Do you want the usual?" I nodded yes, and sheepishly hid my face in my shoulders as she brought a pint of Blackbriar mead and a salmon steak. positively sublime. It was, quite frankly, the most scrumptious meal I have ever tasted, and the portions were just right. I felt full, but not sluggish. And the mead, something about the honey they use here, it was brilliant. It was then that I realized my doppelganger and I share more than just a face. I wonder if he too has a deep, inexplicable fear of owls. This might sound strange, but I knew I was safe. I knew he treated Nords here with respect, because that is exactly what I would have done. No. Evidently, he came here alone, drank alone, and suffered no company. I wondered if this meant he was sad, lonely, or bitter. Yet, talking with Idra, it seems he was not at all temperamental, save the time he was accosted by my friend. I like to think that he limited his interaction with the locals because he knew war was on the horizon. He understood how much more difficult the fighting would become when your friends are on the other side. You know, we Altmer have selectively bred for centuries in order to maintain a resemblance to our ancestors. In this regard, it is quite accurate to say that many of us do look alike. I am beginning to wonder, however, if there is a point to any of it. What matters is not that we look like the Aldmer, but that we act like them. That is the true bond that links me to my doppelganger. Do you mean separated at birth, like in the mirror? That would be something. Berdier Wayans is my favorite author, after all. I have always wanted a seventh brother. No offense to the 6 I already have. They are all wonderful. However, lately, I have been entertaining another theory. What if we weren't separated by birth, but by choice? What if we're the same person, having led different lives? Two Altmer of identical physical makeup, parting ways at one of life's many forks. The result is two vastly different personas. Skyrim having shaped him as much as the Somerset Isles have shaped me. It was. I imagine that's why this double of mine intrigues me so. At the end of the Great War, I was offered a great opportunity. It was a high-ranking position at the Thalmor Embassy in Sovngarde. Only I turned it down for the sake of my family. Not a regret, but curiosity. It was decades ago that I received that promotion to serve in Skyrim as an emissary to the High King. I rushed home to my wife that night, eager to tell her the big news. She said she had the same. I told her to go first. She always did. Had I went first, maybe I wouldn't own a spice shop in the Shimmerine, or know the names of every passerby who comes to greet me on Sunday morning. I wouldn't have those days on the beach with my son, wishing I could bottle up his laughter as if there were nothing more precious in the world. It all changed when my wife went first, when she brought my hand to her stomach and I felt it kick. At that moment, I forgot what I had come home to say. I didn't want him to grow up around war, so I left the Thalmor to start a spice business. It wasn't easy with the embargoes imposed by Hammerfell. The choice I made left me with little money, long days, and sleepless nights. And yet I have never felt so wealthy.